scientists have asked for thousands more people to volunteer for human trials on a possible vaccine. So far, 100,000 have come forward.
Go on, you guinea pigs. Go on, you guinea pigs. Get queuing up.
Thomas Moore is in fact one of the 100,000.
Queue up for the fucking shut, all you guinea pigs. Get in line like cattle. Beg for the vaccine if you're a fucking fat fuck bozo.
It is, but they want many more because there will be more vaccine trials.
Oh, they will want more. They want more. They want every fucker on planet fucking vaccinated. Can't live on this fucking earth without having something fucking shot in you know. Big money.
And there will be a big
vaccines are big money.
Sure that these vaccines are not only safe,
can't exist on this earth without getting shot up.
The virus, and that's why they want more people to join this database. It's a registry.
Shove your fucking database. Shove your fucking vaccine.
Details, medical history, and so on. Very straightforward. But they want, in particular, people who are over the age of 65 to join because...
When's a team of true people going to go out and fucking arrest these sick bastards?
But also people with a black, Asian, and minority...
Treat people like fucking...
Because they too may respond...
exterminating fucking cattle.
But this is just a registry. What will happen then is the researchers will contact you with a specific trial, talk to you to ease any concerns.
Ease any concerns? I don't think you'd have any concerns anyway if you're thick enough fucking queue up for a shot.
Spoke to us earlier this morning about...
Clearly a fucking sleep, aren't you?
The safety studies of these vaccines are not being compromised or changed in any way. So the MHRA, which is the regulator in the UK, has very, very high, as they should, high standards for safety. Those
Kate Bingham, clearly a fucking scrote.
There's no difference in how new vaccines.
Never seen her in my life, but
for this pandemic,
obviously on the dark side.
Vaccine or therapeutic. So that is unchanged and at a world-class high standard.
World-class high standard. There's no fucking world-class standards if you're willing fucking shoot the fucking public up with any fucking vaccine. Especially pushing you for doing it against the fucking will.
If those go well, it's like that these vaccines will be licensed by the medical authorities and then be...
Oh, it's got to be safe then. If it's got a licence, it's got to be safe. So fucking what?
Now, around the world, coronavirus, of course, continues to affect many countries.
Oh, it makes it worth having then, doesn't it? Oh, it's licensed. Yeah, shoot me up.
Cases for the second day in a row. The recent rise means it's now compulsory to wear a face covering outdoors in parts of Paris and Marseille. The government is also considering whether to make them mandatory at work. Italy has shut nightclubs following a significant rise.
Rubbish. They're blaming nightclubs. They're blaming nightclubs and stuff like that. This could happen here in UK though. It's fucking rubbish. They want end-all nightclubs, that's the trouble. Pubs, clubs, that's what they want to do. Shut them all down. Here's another fucking horrible piece of shit.
Now due to be held on October the 17th. Brazil has registered more than 23,000 new cases and more than 600 coronavirus deaths in the last 24
Don't believe any of the figures. Don't believe any of the statistics.
On the available statistics, with more than
I haven't believed them for fucking months.
Meanwhile, the United States has now surpassed 170,000 deaths from coronavirus. Public health officials there...
170,000 natural fucking deaths of all other things, what people die of from the start of the year to the end.
And whilst other countries are taking steps to up their restrictions, Africa's worst affected country, South Africa, is easing its...
I've still seen shitloads of people walking about in mass. It's fucking shocking. 9 times out of 10 I'm about the only one walking in a fucking shop and coming out without a fucking mask on.
Stick with us here.
Yeah, morning Sean. Look, as you said, this is the second and final payment that will be offered to those who are self-employed, who have seen their income take a hit as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. And you may remember the first round of this, that paid people up to 80% of their profits, up to a limit of £7,500. So the new one that comes in today, this second round, is less generous in some respects.
Second round of furloughed enough. It sounds of it.
When the government launched this, there was a lot of criticism that millions of people who were self-employed still fell through the gaps. Those, for example, who were recently...
When do you get a government ever offering you any money?
About half
sit back, do as you're told.
Self-employment. So the work
we'll sort you your money out.
You'll also know this runs alongside.
I will shaft you under the process
scheme, namely that job retention scheme, protecting
and destroy the economy.
Who are paid
it's for the greater good.
And those business loan schemes. Now, as you said, the second part of this opens today. It began at 6 o'clock this morning. We're told already 39,000 people have taken advantage of it. We were speaking to HMRC a little earlier.
Every time there's a crisis in another country, something else breaks out. Government finds money to ship off fucking millions somewhere else. And it's priority to look after your own country first.
For a 4-day period, but if somebody thinks that they are eligible and yet they haven't been contacted by us, they can go onto the online system. It will tell them if they're eligible and when it is that they can make their claim. But people shouldn't worry about
self-employed support grants.
In a rush. If you don't
claims open for second self-employed support grant.
19th of October, so therefore everybody's got the time to do things that suit their working situation at the moment.
That's Angela McDonald there, the Deputy Chief Executive at HMRC.
A million people, up to more than a million people, 6,570.
Closed on the 13th for the first slice of this payment. But it's worth saying that even if you want
unreal, isn't it, how they can plot money out of their ass when they need to.
Your situation has changed and you are now...
And yet, as NHS has been in crisis for fucking years,
without necessarily having to...
underpaid staff in various jobs.
So that is not a barrier to all of this. As we said, and as you heard there, the application's now until October for this scheme.
The whole fucking system, the whole world, it's all one big fucking shambles up. Corrupt to the core.
That does not address the millions.
Nothing's fucking
between the cracks of these various
true reality to me anymore. It hasn't been for years.
Given the effect,
everything's fucking a lie.
On people's incomes, finding it increasingly difficult to find anywhere to get any financial support.
Everything's against you rather than for you.
With the latest on that self-employed scheme, more business news, of course, throughout the day here on BBC News. Now, a woman's been charged with the murder of a 10-year-old boy in Acton in West London. Olga Freeman, who's aged 40, is expected in court later today. Police believe they know who the boy is, but they are still awaiting formal identification. The UK and EU will meet for a 7th round of negotiations in Brussels this week for a trade deal. The two sides remain split on issues including fishing and what's called a level playing field. A deal must be reached between the two sides before the end of October if it's to be ratified by the December the 31st, which is when our transition out of the European Union ends. Well, Paul Blomfield is shadowing...
Well, that's funny. I've been seeing adverts coming on telly. Oh, now that we're officially out of the EU. Well, we're not officially out. All we knew the adverts were fucking bollocks. 1 minute last year before all this fucking COVID.
If there wasn't sufficient progress,
they were fucking battling backwards and forwards with the EU, having meetings. It all goes silent, and then you see an advert spring up. Oh, we're officially out of the EU. Fuck off.
Boris Johnson made in the election last year.
I don't think the EU's got anything to do with anything now when they're setting up a one world fucking government. How can we be, out of the fucking EU? Just the EU's got fuck all to do with it now. It's one global government what's been set up.
I think we should be very concerned because if we do reach October,
I think they're just fucking spinning us some fucking sweet talk.
Economic impact on top of the difficulties that we're going to face with coronavirus are going to be very serious for jobs and the economy.
Making us feel good like us vote counted.
Suboptimal agreement. Presumably that is realistically the greater threat.
Spinners the lie.
Believes that the two sides
in the shadows something fucking deep is going down. That's how it works.
Neither side would benefit from a kind of a no-deal exit from the European Union. On that basis, both sides will have to shift a bit, won't they, before the end of the year? And you might not get a
one world fucking government. That's what they want. One world army.
I think you're probably right that
everyone will fall under the same fucking category.
The idea of leaving the transition without agreement is very serious indeed, particularly for the UK economy. But we need to look very carefully at the nature of the deal. The promise that the
deal
made last year.
That pisses me off how they fucking kept going on about a fucking deal. Hang on. Us who voted for get out didn't vote for no fucking deal. Didn't say no about a fucking deal when you took that box, put that X in that box, did it?
The problem seems to be
we tick this box. Put an X in this box if you want a deal. I don't remember that. I just put an X in, you forget the fuck out.
The practical difficulties here, isn't it?
Out meant fucking out. We should have been out within at least a month.
On either side, it makes
not 3 fucking years.
Side less willing to kind of make a compromise or offer something. But isn't there also a practical issue?
And you had all your fucking lefty morons wanting a fucking second fucking vote. It's a bit like a football match having a rematch, isn't it, when they lose a game? Oh, we lost, we need another game so we can win.
So until the big beasts,
fucking unreal, isn't it, what people's mindset, what they were thinking.
Well, I think that's probably
that was making me fucking livid, that was.
Part of the problem is, and we've seen it with the A-level crisis this last week, that the Prime Minister has a very hands-off approach. Now, back in June, he met with the Presidents of the European Commission, the Council and the Parliament to try to move things forward, but there doesn't seem to have been much progress since then. And he really needs
doesn't seem to be much progress. Did you hear this guy? Oh, it's only 3 years, mate. Don't worry about it. We can wait another 3, can't we?
As well as having front bench responsibilities on Brexit, as a constituency MP, as somebody who presumably is getting calls and emails from parents, never mind from pupils themselves, what do you think has to happen between now and Thursday when the GCSE results come out? Because there's a danger, isn't there, that we're just going to go through the agony of a week ago this Thursday too.
Well, that's right. I mean, I have been getting contact from students themselves as well as parents and schools. I also chair the all-party parliamentary group on students, so I very much feel the agony that many of our young people have been going through. I think 2 things need to happen. I mean, firstly, the Prime Minister, again, needs to get a grip of this. This is a crisis facing a generation of our young people. And the most
fucking exams are fucking last thing on his mind.
An investigation, a technical investigation.
What's really going on?
The process for standardisation, and particularly the algorithm, which delivered so unfairly.
Feels the agony of people's results, this guy.
And again this week for GCSEs.
Fuck me, you don't feel the fucking agony of all us who are fucking awake, who know what the fuck's going on this in this world, on this planet.
Education Minister has said he will.
Does he feel in the agony of that?
Peter Weir, who said that whatever the best intentions of having this system, it's now going to be safer to rely on, or at
Nazi fucking living state,
in letting teacher assessments carry the day.
Well, firstly, we've got to sort out the A-level crisis, and the government certainly should acknowledge the problems that it's created.
Government won't acknowledge anything what they create, you dickhead.
The only fair way out of
government should acknowledge it.
Accept teacher assessments, and if the review.
A lot of these people, they're either dumb fucks like him, blind to reality, or they understand what's going on and they just put in front as the puppet fucking speechman,
Shadow Minister of Brexit EU negotiations.
The puppet vocalist.
Now let's go to Belarus, a country we've been paying an unusual amount of attention to over the last 8 days since that election result, which showed, it was said, 80% of people supporting President Lukashenko, who's been in charge for 26 years. Well, it hasn't looked like that on the streets over this weekend. Tens of thousands of people in Minsk just last night.
You're taking note, all you British people.
A new wave of strikes expected to start.
This is what we should be doing here in UK.
Efforts to force President Lukashenko to
against all these fucking crazy measures over the fucking COVID.
And police violence at marches and
that's how we should be in the UK, non-stop on the streets.
To a rather smaller crowd of several thousand people in Minsk yesterday, Mr. Lukashenko urged supporters to defend their country.
Look at all that there.
Well, this morning,
do you think there's going to be a fucking COVID outbreak there from that?
I'm sorry,
should be if we're in a true pandemic, there should be fucking thousands dropping dead there, shouldn't there, all be coming out? But you won't hear about it, you won't get it.
The country and called on law enforcement.
There's some hard facts for you.
Against the protesters and take their side. And this morning, the UK Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab called the violence against protesters appalling. He said the UK does not accept the result of last week's election.
Appalling. Dominic Raab, well, he will do, he's a fucking globalist.
We'll have more on that story, and hopefully we'll be in from Belarus.
Works for the fucking dark side, he's bound to be against everything.
Now though, let's go to the sport and join Sally Newton.